93.7 Abuja.
A very good morning to you, Abuja, and welcome to Midday with Mena. Today on Midday with Mena, we are going to be taking a look at the pros and cons of business partnerships. Should a person who is starting a business begin as a sole proprietor, or start as get partners or get people on? Stay tuned to find out what the best choice for you is starting off a business. In the studio, I have with me my business development strategist, Zamarano ICT, who is here to give us his expert opinion on how the business world works. Nigeria is a very, very, very large country with ample business opportunities for the entrepreneurs and for the consumers. We know a lot of Nigerians, especially Nigerian youths, have taken to entrepreneurship. People have memes and parables and also quotes on how the entrepreneurship life is. But today on Midday with Mena, we'll be giving you a bit of a cushion, if you want to start up your own business, what you need to know and how you would proceed in doing that. In the studio, like I said, I have here with me Zamarano ICT, Bamidele Loveson, who is going to be
before you go and do what you love, because at times so many things that we as human beings that we love are things that needs funding. So how do you get the funding? So you need at times to get to do probably even some, you understand, menial jobs to reach that point to where you need to start doing what you love. So that's my take on that question.
Okay, I'm going to just take out something that you have said to ask you a question. I will deviate from the point a little.
Okay.
I like how you said, sometimes it's not what you love that will make you the money, and sometimes you also have to start small.
Yeah.
So, with everything that is going on,
sector I want to go in, what's really happening there? How many people are there? Who are my competitors? Who are people who have already, made waves in there? Okay, what are they not doing right that probably maybe I can maybe tap into and use that to form my own selling point? Do you understand? So I think when you now talk about scarce data
available.
Data is not really scarce at times. I think it just depends on how.
When I mean data, I'm talking of information available.
That's what I'm saying. Operations that are very big, they buy people's data and you don't even know. You're scrolling on Facebook. You just bought a shoe on Jumia yesterday, and they are showing you a to match bag with it. You don't know unconsciously your data is
looking at a post.
Yes. Determines what can be shown to you. Yeah, it's that, and that is where artificial intelligence comes in, where these things try to master your personality, and at the end of the day, when they gather all these things and then they push it to any of these various firms who needs those data. Trust me.
So how does someone trying to start a business looking for a niche? Because when you want to start a business in Nigeria, the first thing, maybe if you have business mentors or advisors, they tell you have to find a niche.
Yes.
There are a lot of things available, but you have to find a particular point to sell yourself
if you want to find a niche as a business person, I think we've talked about this here before. You need to understand yourself. What can you really thrive at? From my brother, who at every point in time we were working almost on the same part of ICT, but since I had already moved one step ahead, I saw that all the mistakes and everything I did wrong, he didn't, because he already had somebody he could actually quickly reach out to, you understand, and say, hey, what's happening here? So there are some things that if I'm not maybe the one in charge of it, I could just send him somebody's contact. That contact, I could have, maybe I got it for what is it called? Maybe some are very expensive kind of contacts. Some are, the way I got them, they were just miraculously, you understand. And then it was something he would just get, almost for free. You understand, to solve that particular problem. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the main what we are here for today.
Back for sale, because he understood that at the end of the day he won't be able was to manage the business, but he just bought those 10 cars at that point because he felt everybody was saying Uber is booming. Trust me, Uber is the Uber and logistic business is booming in Abuja, in Lagos. If you have to ask me where should I do the Uber business, I'll tell you, bro, go to Lagos. You can take a ride and you get 16k, a trip. My guy called me one time, bro, I'm coming back to Abuja. Somebody just carried me for 23k. Did I travel out of Lagos?
Did I fly in a plane?
Do you understand? So, but in Abuja here, Uber business and logistic business is war to business. That's another very key point. Don't bring emotions to business, because business is war and you need to be ready to fight. Because I work with a lot of business owners and they tell me what they face. At times when you listen, backstage, what these people are facing, from trying to manage staff, from trying to do this, pay these bills, pay gas, pay fueling, you would understand that business is a war. But when you come outside and look at the building, the structures, the goods, the packaging, you think, wow, oh man, I need to do this particular business. So whenever you think about any idea, please look at the timing. It's like somebody now, you want to do POS business as we talk. Is the timing right, Mena? Yeah, except maybe you have somebody who probably...
Except you got a bank.
Yeah, you got a bank. And your business would help you do.
Okay.
Some people did not know me, but they were willing to do business
Work
with me.
With you.
Yeah, because they just felt like, because somebody told me then that you must be very serious for you to register your business. And honestly, it was funny to me, because what do you mean by I must be very... I'm a serious person because I registered my business, and I'm like,
business is a serious thing, because those are the kind of questions that come up before you do start a business. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be getting into more of all this. If you'd like to join us on the program or make your contributions or even ask questions, you can reach us on WhatsApp on 0818 2222 205. You can also reach us on 0818 2222 206. You can send us a WhatsApp message, or you can call in with your questions and your contributions to Midday with Mena. Do stay with us.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen.
There's a concept in accounting called the going concern concept, which means that the business shouldn't really come to an end. That is, the business is a separate entity from the owner. So as the business goes, the owner too goes. So even if the owners fall by the side, they die, or they something happens to the owners or the starter of the business, so to say, the business should continue. And that's a place where you bring in structures, you bring in a whole lot of things to make sure that the business doesn't die. So I think at this point is when I'm not going to maybe try to say, okay, what is a partnership business? I think a partnership business is this.
Okay, we lost that call there. I don't know if the network is bugging or something, but please carry on.
Okay, I said I watch a lot of TED Talks, and some of the times I see lots of businesses being funded by angel investors, and none of these guys have even started something before.
Yes.
Do you understand? And
Exactly.
I'm like, you don't even have any antecedent of business, and somebody is believing in this
You
business.
already.
Because, for example, I think Google was able to raise funding up to like $100 million before they were able to raise that fund, and they were already almost depleting that fund before Google now started picking up.
Yeah.
Please,
Did
can you
you
tell
know
me?
that Jumia
Yeah.
Jumia has not had a turnover since its inception. So everything Jumia is doing now is at their own loss. But they are pushing till they break even.
Now, can you tell me who you are going to go to in Nigeria that find as a startup? One thing you are supposed to do is you are supposed to try to balance a whole lot of things at the early stage of your business.
Because
but
sorry,
once
hold
you
on,
see,
because some of the startups we just spoke about that raise this tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, they do have to employ staff, and most of this money goes into paying the staff and managing the staff and making sure that the staff live very well, because tech hire is one of the most lucrative hires right now.
Yes. So just like we've been saying, there's a whole lot of factors that would make you have that kind of balance when you're starting up a business. For example, somebody who has 500k to start a business, how many things can you really put in place? So for somebody who has $10 million to start a business, or let's say even 10 million naira to start a business, they are two different people. So for example now, for somebody who has very meager amounts to start a business, the kind of quality of people they will be able to bring on board, you understand, won't be like somebody who has lots of money to push into getting quality people. And that would be part of what will actually make the difference. So for example, if you have somebody who is just starting a business, and one of the things you need to look at
venture into startups, that delegation is key.
Yeah, delegation
is
very
what you're
key.
trying
Yeah,
to
delegation is key. But I think the first thing is, when you're starting a business, try to learn every core area of your
did say
business.
that,
You
yeah.
understand? When you've been able to learn those core areas, little accounting, little HR, little what's it called, managerial skills, trying to understand and how to manage the emotional empathy of your consumers, trying to see how you can also work yourself adequately with the team you're starting up with. If you're actually working with maybe few staff, you understand,
so
try
build
to make
a
sure
solid framework.
build a solid framework at the start before you now try to see how you can onboarding more people, and then at that point is when I think you can now start having some level of balance.
Okay. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Citizen FM 93.7, and I'm here with Bamidele Lofson of Zamarano ICT, and he's a business development strategist who is telling us what we need to know if we want to start
to maybe 3 more partners, and 3 of them have another 50k. It makes the business kickoff capital becomes 200,000 naira, which is definitely going to be maybe better off than if it was just 50,000 naira starting up a business. Because trust me, at times the capital at times plays a whole a very, although it's not the most important part of the mix of starting up a business, but if you have better capital, then you'll be able to come better into business, and then you'll be able to also cash in more. So having more people, because they also have networks that they operate on, or they've been operating on. They have people who believe in them, people who are going to patronize the business because of them. Yes, because at times people buy from people at times because of
to be like another person's school. I'm after my own thing. Do you understand? So this is one way that I saw that, you can get something to work regardless of, with unexperienced hands. What are other ways that people can help their staff or help people they are bringing on? Because even by not employing by employing the inexperienced, you're helping the community. You're giving people like a framework to start on. You're giving people a solid foundation. But if we want to do this, what are some of the things we need to think about and put in place?
Okay, I think I can risk this person's life.
Yeah.
But there's some kind of maybe manage or official tax that you could actually onboard, train people who are newbies. People who were experts were once newbies too. So you could train them and what's it called? try to also, I think there's a particular course now that is trying to trend on understanding what's it called now, this new generational workforce, because the kind of workforce we have now is different from the kind of workforce that used to exist
and dominate the labor
and
force.
dominate the labor force. I saw something online the other day, and I think it was so funny. I posted it on my timeline, and a whole lot of people were just laughing. It was a conversation between